Okay, so it's 2020. It's a new year, definitely not a new me. It's the same me, but just a year older now. However, there's still no difference. Anyways, with a new year comes a new season of anime, and we got here Haikyuu Season 4, Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-kun, this one, that one, and... Except for maybe the first two, there isn't really anything to watch this season. MHA Season 4 has continued into the season, but I already talked about something kind of relating to MHA 4 months prior. And I'm well aware there's like a controversy currently going on with the villain's name or something, so now what? Yo! Hi there. I may have just found one of the most highly rated anime of all time. Oh. It's an anime from this season. Oh. Really? Dang, I'm actually surprised. What's the name of it? Ishuzoku Reviewers. I see. Ishuzoku Reviewers. Let's see here. Ishuzoku Reviewers. What? Oh! Goody! As you saw there, my expression went from surprised to perplexed. This anime here, Ishuzoku Reviewers, or Interspecies Reviewers, released on January 11th, 2020, this anime has not only risen to top 10 on my anime list, nay, at one point being number 1, it also topped the likes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2, and A Silent Voice, Clannad After Story, and the many seasons, episodes, and movies of Gintama. All of these, and I mean all of these anime, apparently cannot compare to the top tier once peaking at 9.28 on MAL, Ishuzoku Reviewers. Which, by the by, only has about 6 episodes out right now. It's not even finished. Okay, so this winter 2020 anime had somehow surpassed all of these other top tier anime. Big deal. If it's rated that high, then it must be really good, right? I'll talk about why it's been rated so high later, but before we actually analyze the content within Ishuzoku Reviewers, we need to know first what we're getting into. So I'm just gonna attempt to read the synopsis of this anime straight from MAL. Does that sound good? Okay. In our world, the human race constantly debates about several important issues, such as which girl is the best girl, how good is something as fapping material. What? I mean, I could kinda, maybe, not really, but possibly see that as a debate going on in the real world. People can debate about whatever the hell they want nowadays, so it shouldn't necessarily come as a surprise, but damn, not subtle at all, are you, synopsis? Anyways, where were we? Which fetish is the sexiest? Accompany these great warriors as they present us with different girls, different opinions, different... Oh my god. I honestly can't take this seriously. What is this? Alright, oh my god, okay. Different boners, and show us that the fantasy world may not be all that different from ours. That was the synopsis. Not even kidding. What on earth am I getting myself into? I have more questions than answers. Well, to get the answers, you know what that means. I had to watch it, and this sort of brief review video may be the closest you guys will ever get to an off-brand anime review, if you catch my drift. Because this anime looks to be hard ecchi. I mean, no shit, right? Anyways, I've got nothing else to say about it now, so yeah, let's get into the Ishuzoku Reviewers review. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself for this. Okay, so getting into the first episode, we are given a bit of information as to what goes down in this fantasy world where this anime takes place. To sum it up, this world has fully legalized prostitution. Like, fully legalized. And in an unknown town in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by a forest, pretty much like your generic isekai, you have an entire brothel district where there are prostitutes out the wazoo, from human girls to elf girls to fairies to cat girls and even octopus girls. These prostitutes are also known as succubus girls, taken from succubus and girl. And and it can be anyone's guess what they do. In this town, we meet our protagonists, Stunk and Zell, two horny simps looking for cooch straight from the gooch.
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP! Simp!
Stunk and Zell argue over which girl is better to do the deed with, a 500-year-old elf girl or a 50-year-old woman. This then forms Stunk and Zell's business of reviewing their experiences with the Sucky girls, which would get themselves as well as two other people from different species other than human or elf to review the experience they have with a particular species, and then give it a score out of 10. This might sound super odd for us Westerners, but I don't know, some things about Japan are just interesting and cool, but others are just downright weird. In the middle of the episode, we find ourselves an angel who is being attacked by some monster in the woods just outside of the town. But lucky enough for him, Stunk and Zell came to his rescue and defeated the monster with no effort whatsoever. Oh my god, they're actually useful. Anyways, the angel introduces themselves as Crimvale, or Crim for short. And despite the fact that he has long hair and attire like that of a female, he is in fact a dude. With both types of genitalia. For some reason. Don't question it. After thinking about how fire clapping an angel's cheeks are, Stunk and Zell then take Crim to a catgirl brothel to get him laid. For some reason. Yeah, it's normal after meeting an angel that came from heaven. Yeah, just get him some cooch, it's fine. That's normal thing we should do in our everyday lives. Yeah, that's something the anime teaches us. If you so happen to save an angel from a monster, take him to the fucking catgirl brothel. They'll forget about what transpired today, guaranteed. I can't take this anime seriously. Should I have to take it seriously? I probably don't. Oh yeah, last section of the episode. Stunk and Zell's business is actually paying off, which kinda gets Majory, a bird maid who works at the tavern, sort of miffed. Because, oh good heavens, horny guys are such horrible freaks of nature. How in the HE double-hecking hockey stick handles are they pulling this business crap off? However, after Stunk and Zell disappear, saying that they're going to a new brothel after 2 weeks, everyone starts to worry, including Majory. Ah, you softie. They returned unharmed! Well, that's anticlimactic. And with a new review, and it was on bird women. And Majory, let's just say she's... yeah, she'll be alright. And with that, episode 1 is over and done with, and honestly, I'm gonna say this from first impressions, it's not that bad. Yeah, even though it's hard ecchi, I enjoy it. Seriously. Like, there's a certain enjoyment that you can get from something like this, and from watching hard ecchi, I found that the whole ecchi stuff isn't actually a focus to enjoying this. It's a primary focus for sure, but after watching stuff like Shimoneta, there's like a certain level of comedy which is also a main factor and plays its part in both Shimoneta and Ishuzoku. It's a kind of balance that makes the ecchi stuff less monotonous, if you know what I mean. I'd say that it's substance over quote-unquote substance. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'm definitely not talking out my ass. Anyways, those were just impressions from the first episode. We got another 5 to go through before we're up to date on everything Ishuzoku has to offer so far. So let's consider it a marathon, shall we? Also, spoilers if you actually want to watch this for some reason. Probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. That okay? Cool, let's go. So with episode 1 sort of exceeding my expectations, this led me on to watching episode 2. Now I think it's a good time to mention that I was watching all of this uncensored. I wanted the raw experience, if you get what I'm saying. Please don't take that out of context. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course it'll be taken out of context anyway. Get on that, at least an out of context Twitter account. Anyways, we start off episode 2 of Ishuzoku. Stunk, Zell, and other reviewers are trying to figure out another species they want to try out for research purposes. After Stunk looks at some fairies from across the tavern, he gets the idea to try out a fairy brothel. They find one in town, and Stunk expects to see the fairies like the ones from the tavern. However, reality is much more shocking than expectations. I mean, did you not expect a fairy to smoke a pipe or look bigger than you expected? Come on, Stunk, get it together. So the quirk about this brothel is that the guys have to get measured up. I'm sorry, being subtle just doesn't cut it for things like Ishuzoku. I know, but I can't help it. I can't take risks. Actually, has Coppa even done anything? Not to my knowledge, they haven't. Still though, wholesome content, wholesome content. Aloe is trying to make it hard. I'm sorry, like how can you make wholesome content when stuff like this exists. Anyways, we now know that Stunk is packing 6.5 inches. Congrats on being above average, buddy. However, this means that Stunk only has 2 fairies to choose from, both being huge. Zell, having a modest size for an elf, has the choice of 20 different fairies. Kanshal the halfling gets limited access, while Krim gets no one. As he said, he got scammed because they still got his money. What a pisser. And because of this, Krim gets bummed out. Wait, so I thought that Krim wasn't comfortable about the whole brothel thing last episode. I thought that was a stat. Oh, whatever. Cooch does something to a dude, I guess. That, and he lost his money too, so I guess I can see why they bummed him out now. And with that, the second section of the second episode follows with the gang talking about politics. In a world where succubus brothels are here, there, and everywhere, there's politics? I mean, that makes sense, but why do we need to know that? Okay, I'm just not gonna question it anymore. This anime is just all over the place, my god! Anyways, one of the PRs for Death Abyss's Demon Party, uncreatively called Demon 2, Shrek 2, Piccolo backpack. Oh hey, the connection is strong with Stunk calling him a Piccolo wannabe. Let's go! Anyways, B-Tech Piccolo informs the fellas about a demon brothel and are glad to go there by nightfall. They're on the way there when they get distracted by cowgirls. Thick cowgirls. Painfully thick cowgirls. Convenient! And that makes for another review from the guys. Sorry about the demon brothel, they'll get to that later. Stunk tried making a move on Madri again, getting bodied in the process. Okay, episode 2 is done. This is basically just the same thing as episode 1 more or less. Factors in comedy to break up the monotony of ecchi related stuff, so yeah, I commend Ishuzoku for that. And damn it, we're only 2 episodes in? Do I just ramble on for no reason? I mean, we're already on page 5 of the script, so I'm assuming we're about 7 minutes in now. Damn, okay, quick fire round, no distractions, let's go. Okay, episode 3, our gang has had a sex change because they have gone to a sex change inn. Because of course they would. They have the idea of understanding a woman's feelings, and the Interspecies reviewer's way of doing this is by taking a potion only found at a sex change inn. Stunk, Zell, Krim, and Kanshal drink the potion that transforms your body from male to female. And I'd imagine vice versa. Since Krim has both types of genitalia for some reason, only the male genitals disappear. Again, please don't question this anime. The gang can't leave the inn because reasons, so they decide to request a succu girl for themselves. However, Krim is more inclined to try the male version, an inn boy. Who knows why. Anyways, Stunk chooses an elf girl that's super old but doesn't show it. Zell chooses a slime girl. Oh god, Zell's making the face, No. This has to be crossing a line somewhere. This has to be crossing the line between hard ecchi and off-brand anime. This can't just be ecchi anymore. No. Oh god. Anyways, Kanshal settles with another halfling who to me sets off all sorts of red flags. And Krim settles for a hyena girl, which the others say is interesting because hyena guys and girls have something quirky about them down there, which got the others questioning, does Krim like it both ways? I mean, did he not give off that vibe when he picked up the In-Boy magazine or something? Interesting, don't you think? Episode 4, and oh god, this is a dark start, especially for something like this. But then again, it's a fantasy world, so what do you expect? Not to get murdered? Please. See, even Madri cares. Oh, she's a big softie after all. Well, there we have it. Ishuzoku Reviews is up. What? Come on, don't even play us like that!
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Basically, what happened was Stunk, Zell, and the Wolfman Bruise got sapped bone dry by a bunch of low-tier succubi. Lucky for them though, 100 orcs came and saved them from getting killed. It did however give the succubi a low score, and Stunk and Zell were out of commission for about 2 weeks. The second section relies on an errand. Stunk, Zell, and Krim have to collect a bunch of rocks for the tavern. However, you know the gang all too well now, and what do you know, they're eating meat off a salamandra's body. Stunk and Zell don't have fire resistance, so they tag out, leaving Krim wanting to relieve the tension and finishing off the salamandra himself. Actually, now that I've put it like that. No, not finish off that way. I thought you guys should have known what these guys were about now. Episode 5, our reviewers received a request to try out Cyclops girls. They reluctantly agreed, and so they decided to check out a brothel. But with this brothel being that the cups don't refer to breast size, rather it refers to eye size. But to the reviewers, it wasn't much different from anything they've experienced before, so it was average. Second section, the reviewers decide to check out a Myconid brothel, or basically mushroom girls. After Zell says he wants some mushrooms to eat, but whatever, either is fine for that. Wait a minute. The brothel's manager is that what you call her? The one that owns the brothel is good at figuring out which type of mushroom is best for Stunk, Zell, and Kanchal, but not for Krim, as she has never seen an angel before. She then hooks him up with a random type of mushroom. You know the deal, reviews come out, they all love it. Episode 6, Maedry decides to help the reviewers out. They pick the next species that walks through the doors of the tavern, and it's a golem. Okay. The guys set off to a golem brothel, but rather it's just a shop for creating your own marionette. The guys get to work on creating their own marionette, and Kanchal amazes the others by creating an exact marionette lookalike of Maedry. Stunk and Zell say that Kanchal should make a Maedry marionette for them, but they should choose their own personality core. Krim reluctantly agrees for Kanchal to make them the same marionette, and the reviews come in. Maedry is skeptical, asking Krim what marionettes they made. She didn't like the answer, let's say. Okay, the second section. Krim needs some light, and so the others decide that they should check out some will-o-wisps. To their horror, more so Krim's horror, they do it out in the open. Lovely. The other three were being sent towards the light, giving decent reviews, while Krim just hated it. He hated the experience because he was nude in the open and rated it 0 out of 10. And that's it really. Those are the 6 episodes of Ishuzoku that are out right now, and while I did give the first 2 their props, I don't really know about the other 4. While I do like that Ishuzoku gives a good balance of comedy and ecchi within each episode, that doesn't mean plot or some backstory isn't essential. I would have thought by at least episode 4 or 5 that they would have gotten a deeper plot line than just, oh yeah, we're adventurers that like to bang chicks of different species. Even hard ecchi stuff like High School DxD or even Shimonetta for that matter actually have plot lines. Like Shimonetta, for example, has plot lines involving socks, which actually allows there to be a lot more substance with the various tasks that Tanukichi has to do for Ayame. And then there's Anna.
How do you like it, Mr. Okuma? I added something extra. Well, the secret ingredient is love. You see, I discovered something last night. When my feelings of love for Mr. Okuma reached their peak, the emotions deep down within my body turned to liquid and explode out of me like a gushing volcano.
Yeah. While I did say that the ecchi stuff wasn't as monotonous as it would have seemed for Ishuzoku, it's not like the pairing of ecchi and comedy would make it less monotonous, especially if there's 6 episodes with not much variation or deviation in the plot. That's why I factor substance over style in any piece of media. An art style may not be that good to the viewer, but if the plot excels in every department, it's okay to consider it an amazing anime. I do not feel any of this from the 6 episodes that I have watched of Ishuzoku. The style is decent, but the plot is just very one-dimensional to me. And so with that, I give my review score on Ishuzoku Reviewers 4 out of 10. Case closed. Nux Taku, Nux Taku, Nux frickin' Taku! I don't have anything against Nux. Their content is okay, and their tweets are interesting to say the least. Honestly, there's not much to say about them. They're an anime lover just like the rest of us, but I never usually watch their content or see their tweets, so I'm sort of neutral with Nux Taku. But the reason why I'm talking about Nux Taku in this video on Ishuzoku Reviewers is because, get this, he is one of the ones responsible for getting Ishuzoku Reviewers to 9.28 on MAL. He basically assembled every one of his followers on Twitter to get Ishuzoku Reviewers above Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on my anime list in terms of ratings. So the tweet was retweeted a lot, and lots of people were able to give Ishuzoku a rating of 10, and so Nux was able to achieve his wish for Ishuzoku to be rated above FMAB at 9.28. But that was until MAL decided to clap back and remove botted reviews, sending it back down to 7.5, or where it originally was. So basically, the reason why Ishuzoku was rated so high was due to 2 things. hive leading, and mob mentality. And what else do I have to talk about relating to Ishuzoku? Oh yeah, Funimation made a dub. That lasted for only 3 episodes. Then got cancelled. Hey, why is that? After careful consideration, the series was removed from the service as it falls outside of our standards? Whoa. As if Funimation actually has standards.
What kind of crack were they smoking?
Yeah, you have the standards to cancel the dub of a hard, ecchi anime, but you clearly don't have the standards to cancel the dub of a yaoi anime that had a sexual relationship between a 24-year-old and a 16-year-old? What the hell is wrong with you? Also, apparently they say they have standards, but I don't think the Dragon Ball dub actors and actresses got the message. What do I mean by that? Listen to Sean Schammel, the voice actor of Goku, Terra, and Gohan.
Hey, look at those faggot-ass clothes! Faggot, faggot, fag, fucking fag. My son's a fag.
And that's what you get for doing what you did to Vic Mignogna, Funimation! Whoa, where did that come from? Not to mention, we just went from Ishuzoku reviewers to Vic Mignogna. What? I think this is as good a time as any to finish this video here, so thank you all so much for watching the first commentary back in 2020. I really hope that I can produce a lot more content for you guys this year. I really hope I can. It may seem a bit rocky in terms of uploads this year, but I'll definitely try my best to get out as much as I can. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Hydrotoxic for editing this video. Hopefully you like his editing style and you think it's as good as mine, but anyways, I bid you all adieu. See you later.